Alright, we're doing a 5-card spread today for Halloween. We got messages from your spirit guides. Bam. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, notifications. Plus I got a Patreon I just started yesterday. Thothmark, patreon.com/Thothmark. So hit me up if you need anything. I'll post my email below. Last month in October for my readings, I was talking about the Battle of the Bulge. We're at that point where they've pushed as far as they're going to push, setting themselves up to potentially go further. But in the Battle of the Bulge, the Russians came in, started advancing on them from the rear. So things are, it's like also the Braveheart thing, where the reinforcements or the cavalry's coming over the hill. And so, plus the Allies are resupplying. They had supply issues. So the similar kind of idea is going on in November here. The freaking house is going to be on vacation for 12 days after they just climaxed their secret agenda for the impeachment. It's funny. They're funny. They're just making themselves look bad. It's like somebody doing something ridiculous thinking they're winning. And you're like laughing at their faces. And they don't pay attention to you. So October was kind of thing. I'm glad it's going to be over with. I'm kind of sick right now because the temperature dropped suddenly out of nowhere this week. November is going to be a time of gathering. Obviously, Thanksgiving, everybody does. But not just in America, across the globe. I forgot to mention, 2/3 of the population in the world is in favor of the alliance and national agendas. 1/3 of the population is in favor of the globalist anti-nation agenda. And the 1/3 that are in favor of the globalist agenda, 80 to 90% of them are the elites or are connected to the super elites and serfdom of the other 2/3. And they're also in favor of wiping out population, the other 2/3 of the population, because of their ideals and beliefs. But at the same time, they'll speak out of the other side of the mouth and say they're for humanity. And people are dying. Shut the fuck up. Sorry for my language, but seriously. These people are driving me nuts. The world would be better off without most of them. Most of that 1/3 ridiculous people talking out of both sides of their mouth. They need to practice what they preach and go off themselves. Things are about to change in 2020. There's a 7-year transition from one energy force to another. And it ends this year. So the transition will be done and over with. So in 2020, it'll be like the first year of the rest of our life. but it's going to be positive. A lot of these ridiculous things that are coming out and people are believing, it's going to start falling apart, and it's not going to last. So the rest of this year is going to be it's going to be tough. It's going to be not a time to really be adventurous. It's going to be a time to strengthen your connections, reinforce our communities. And you can see that going on right now. Alright, let's start getting some cards, shall we? Ancestors. That's the message from the higher self. Sacred Mountain. And that one is message from grandfather, Sky. Spirit Keeper of the South. I think that one's grandmother, Earth. Yep. And then we have Ancestors and Future Self for November. Humanity. Message from our spirit guides. Message from the spirit guides for humanity. Great mystery. And our future self. Offerings. The 5-card spread is a method by which your guides can give you spiritual advice. In this spread, imagine that all your spiritual helpers are in one place, poised to speak to you and guide you. It's as if you're in the center of a great council of all those who love and care for you. To initiate this powerful process, focus on your question and then ask for the blessings and guidance of all of your celestial helpers. Know that they are present while you are doing this reading. So, card 1 is Ancestors. Represents our higher self. So, the 0 point. Ancestors. Wisdom is blossoming from our higher self. Even if there are unsettling situations in your life, there's a reason for it, and much good will occur as a result. Your ancestors are sending you incredible support to fulfill your dreams. Be aware of the coincidences, signs, and synchronicities around you. Watch for messages from your forebears. No matter what's occurring on the surface of your life, your prayers are being answered in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. Your native spirit wants you to know there's wisdom that dwells deep within yourselves as a spiritual bequest from your ancestors. This wisdom has come not only from your forebears' joyous, carefree times, it has also bloomed from their failures, deflated dreams, and seemingly wrong turns in life. Part of their message to you is to cherish every experience, for all it will deepen your wisdom, compassion, and understanding, as it did theirs. Also know that there's an innate wisdom within you. Always, it's simply a matter of turning within order to access it. Native people always call on their ancestors for support. To ask for their help is to walk the native path. Sometimes you may be so focused on what's outside you that you forget that wisdom is available to you from the spirit of your ancestors. Be willing to ask, for they want to support you. The journey. Imagine that you're traveling back in time to communicate and connect with a gathering of your ancestors. On this meditation journey, there might be one or two particular forebears who seem to reach out to you. At different times in your life, different predecessors will be sending you support. Give thanks for their support. The more gratitude you have for their support, the more they send you blessings and guidance. And then the second card is a message from Grandfather Sky. Sacred Mountain. So the Sacred Mountain shows like I think it's the Mayan city. Yeah. In South America. I can't remember the name of it. And the ancestor shows the Stonehenge with the birds flying above in a V, with one in the center, three on, I guess it would be the right for the birds, a left looking at it, and then 1, 2, 3, 5 on the other side. I think that means that the winds were blowing from more from that side where there's 5. So, Sacred Mountain. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your eternal source of power. Meditate. Wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. From the vantage point of the Sacred Mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. Your peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude and to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. The journey. Travel to the peaks of hollowed mountains. And if you can't do this in person, travel in your meditation. Imagine yourself atop a high peak. You can see the world in all directions. Give thanks and offerings to mountains. Whenever you encounter them, the spirit of the mountain will deeply appreciate your gift. Alright, card 3. Message from Grandmother Earth. Spirit Keeper of the South. So you have the sun blooming its light through the forest, down on the flower bed. Usually represents spring. I think that's what it does. Spirit Keeper of the South. Abundance and prosperity in all forms, expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for medical procedures. Your energy will be at maximum. Your native spirit wants you to know in the medicine wheel, the south is the direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, summertime, and a time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor during the summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. This is your time to shine. It's also a time of great bounty in all areas of your life. Open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. Stand facing south during the midday. Close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun opening your heart center. Absorb the sunlight as you sense yourself absorbing the abundance of the universe. That's what Mother Earth wants you to know. Message from your ancestors, great mystery. So this is like in Alaska or some kind of hot springs, maybe in Greenland. That's what I'm thinking. See, this is from ancestors. The first one was from our higher self, the ancestors card, and now the ancestors are telling you about great mystery. Great mystery. Have faith and know that you're divinely guided. Even when you have doubts, trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Believe you've planted your seeds. Now allow the Creator to do the rest. Even if you can't see into the future, have faith that the path will be illuminated and go forward. If you have any recurring challenges, turn them over to the Creator. Not my will, but thy will be done. Your native spirit wants you to know many native cultures refer to the Creator as the Great Mystery. It's the idea that the Great Spirit is so vast and profound that in many ways it's unknowable. Faith is the foundation of the ability to manifest. Everything was created because someone believed that it was possible, and patience is absolutely crucial in the application of this principle. Trust. Change can happen in a heartbeat, but some things require time. You've planted the seeds, now give them time to grow. Please be patient and know that it will happen. Whatever receives your care and attention will flourish. If you just planted some seeds in your garden today, you wouldn't go out tomorrow and yell at them because there wasn't any fruit yet. So don't dig up your seeds of faith. Remember this mantra. It's happening. Repeat this phrase periodically, especially if you have doubts, and keep going. And then the last card is from our future self. So at the end of the month, it wants us to think about offerings. Okay? So be generous. The universe is grateful for you. You are a gift to the world. Feel gratitude for everything in your life, even things that don't seem perfect. Appreciate for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of life and in everyone and everything around you, and thus you will be cherished. So this first card was not Stonehenge. I mistakenly said that. It was another site that is like Stonehenge, but offerings actually is Stonehenge. So this is when the sun is rising, and ancestors is when the sun was setting. So October was rough, so the sun is setting, and then at the end of this next month, the sun will rise again. So your native spirit wants you to know every native culture throughout history has made offerings. Often on a daily basis, offerings were made to the sun, earth, plants, and animals, and to everything in creation. The offerings varied culture to culture, but they were always made with a feeling of extreme appreciation for the bounty of life. Gratitude was the secret to a joyful life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy in your life, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. It is simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment. No matter what's happening around you, there's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow. So discover that you're thankful for even the people and situations you've found challenging and watch miracles unfold. As a suggestion, make an offering to whatever nurtures your soul. If you're nurtured by a particular place in nature, for example, you might consider leaving some fruit at the base of the tree for the animals in that area to give thanks for the beauty that is there. So I just laid the cards out like this, but you're supposed to, according to this, this is supposed to be in the center. This one's supposed to be up here above it. This one's below it, I think. Yes. This one goes on the left, so it's like a cross plus sign. So, think of those before you, what they've done for you to have what you have, the sacrifices they made, the people who have died for you to live. Hold your thoughts and your mind in a sacred mountain. So sacred. So try to not be so out in speaking out about things right now. Keep yourself grounded in the beauty of the world. Allow the divine to work on your shadow. And with your ego, give offerings.